Thank you for interviewing me. I'm Yuri Serhiyev. I'm Ambassador of Ukraine, Permanent Representative of Ukraine to the United Nations. Today we worked on the new developments in Ukraine. I informed by my open letter the Secretary General on the violations of the Ukrainian and Russian borders from the Russian side, on new hostages, and I addressed the Secretary General and the members of the Security Council with my letter asking them to apply their influence and authority in order to force Russia's leadership to stop supporting and financing terrorists and allowing peaceful Ukrainian people to live in peace and harmony. We brought a lot of the evidence of the Russians' weaponry supply and financing. We attract the attention of the international community that the so-called republics in Lugansk and Donetsk are being headed by the Russian citizens. That's why it's not possible for Ukrainian government to speak to these leaders because they are not Ukrainians. We are open to speak to Ukrainians living there and to find the ways how to settle any disputes. So Russia keeps behaving itself as arsonist who is performing the role at the same time of the fire safety inspector. They created problem and now they're pressing all the world around that Russia is the only partner to find any resolutions. What indeed Russia is doing, they are trying to save themselves as allegedly the world leader. Anymore is not the leader, but they want the world leaders to sit with them to the table and to discuss the Ukrainian question. So this is our daily work here, and I'm just sharing with you what we did a few hours ago. We worked yesterday and the day before yesterday trying to pursue the Security Council not to support new Russian initiative, new Russian resolution on Ukraine. An occupant, an aggressor, has no moral right to bring in the Security Council any suggestions how to settle the situation in Ukraine. First of all, they are to leave the occupied territories. They are to stop the aggression against Ukraine, and then they could be allowed to speak, but not now.
Do you think there's anything that the U.S. or why hasn't the U.S. been more, active in confronting Russia about what they're actually doing versus what they're saying? I mean, there's a lot of talk. Europe and America and Ukrainians I know are feeling frustrated. I mean, do you think that the U.S. will? Why haven't they, or will they, or what? As far as getting involved.
It's not my role to judge what country could or should bring to the solution. What I felt during the last couple of months, cooperating with Ambassador Samantha Power in the Security Council, we got a lot of moral and political support there, and so everybody could see verbal conflict with the Russian delegation because they were the first. I mean, the American diplomats in the United Nations who discovered the lie, who discovered the manipulation, and so they stand very firmly to protect Ukrainian interests. And we got, with their help, we got the international support, and including the Security Council membership. So that's why Russia appeared in full isolation because of that support, both in the Security Council and the General Assembly. That's why I'm grateful to the American colleagues what they did in the United Nations.